Hello, my friend, and welcome back. Today, I would like to talk about being a high caliber person. And this is something that has been coming up for me personally a lot lately. And I just wanted to share it because I feel like maybe it's coming up for a lot of you as well. So, when you are a light worker, starseed, way shower, warrior of the light, you kind of are automatically born into this lifetime being a high caliber person. And when you pair that with your spiritual awakening journey, starting your spiritual awakening journey, that can kind of just amplify it, and it kind of takes it to the next level, because as you're on your spiritual awakening journey, you learn that about karma, life being a game of boomerangs, about us all being interconnected and us all being one at a very deep level. So that kind of just fuels that fire of being that high caliber person. Now, everything I said and me saying that, someone on the outside looking in would be like, well, that's wonderful. You should be a high caliber person, and that's great. But what I'm actually here to talk about is the reality of that. And the reality of being a high caliber person is that, honestly, sometimes it sucks. And sometimes I can only speak for myself. Sometimes I wish that in the moment, I don't want, once I zoom out and once I think about it, but sometimes in the moment, I wish I wasn't such a high caliber person. I really don't, because it would just make things a lot freaking easier. Like, why do I have to be upset every time I say something that might rub someone the wrong way? Why does it have to stay with me? Why do I have to experience that guilt? Why can't I just do something fun sometimes? But, I'm constantly thinking about the repercussions and the energy that I'm putting out there and the ripple that I'm out there. Why do I have to put in so much energy to be nice and kind to every single person that I come across? Why? It is not easy. And if you are going through the same, let me tell you, I feel you, because it is not easy. And it almost sounds like, oh, you must be such an awful person if it's taking so much energy for you to be nice. Well, no, actually, I am nice all the time. The extra energy comes from, number one, when I am dealing with people that are coming to me with a bad attitude, for me not to reflect that attitude back to them and to go about killing them with kindness. Or two, not letting the fact that I am going through a lot personally reflect onto others, and to not make me make my problems their problems in a way of being unkind. And, with the idea of karma and the life being a game of boomerangs, we become accustomed to, thinking and feeling and knowing that everything you put out comes back to you. But sometimes when you're a high caliber person and you're putting out this good, and you're keeping yourself to a very high moral standard, and sometimes it's not just because you want to and it's the right thing to do, because it's more because, like, you don't want that bad energy to come back to you, and you don't want to feel the guilt. Does anyone else feel that guilt all the time, no matter what you're doing? Like, it can be extremely frustrating, and it can be extremely trying, because especially when, you're like, well, when is this good energy gonna come back to me? When is it going to pay off? When is it going to be worth it? When are those ripples those light ripples going to reach me that I'm putting out? You know, these are all questions that are coming, and they are coming from the human mind, but it doesn't make them any less significant. We still feel those things. And the other thing that, this is kind of off topic, but I have to bring it up because I want to, is life will laugh at you. When you think you're going through a hard time, life will laugh at you and give you the fucking finger. And excuse my language, I don't like to curse that much. But, you know, just when you think things are so hard and, you know, you're moving through this time with as much ease and grace as you possibly can, life is going to squeeze you more, and life is going to give you that finger, and it's like, you thought it was hard? Oh, no, 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 no. Let me show you how much harder life can get. Let me test you a little bit more. Let me put that high caliber of person that you think you are to the ultimate test. And then you're like, well, yes, I always knew life could get harder, and I am very grateful for where I am. But, you know, thank you for giving me that fucking finger, because you know what? I'm gonna give it right the fuck back to you by maintaining that high caliber of person that I am. So, boom, in your face. Take that, light ripple. And you know, you might be like, oh, you're a spiritual person. Why are you speaking like this? Because I am a human, and I am having a human experience, and I am being tested to the nth degree, and tested in ways that I could have never even imagined that I would be. I am being tested, I am being tempted, and I'm not here crying. I'm not saying, oh, my life is so hard right now, because I know it can get a lot harder. And my life has been, I've been going through a season of transition since the winter, and I'm about to have a lot more pressure brought into my life. My life is about to get a lot more hard. So let's see, you know, and I'm going to try and neutralize it, keep myself in a neutral place and not feel sorry for myself. But my high standard of person, my high caliber of person that I have to be, I don't even have a choice, because I either have to like live with guilt or maintain the high standard of person, and I can't live with guilt. It's really hard for me. So I have to continue being a high standard, high caliber person. And what I want to talk about now that my little rant is over, that was my little rant. Let's talk about what that means of being a high caliber person, and why we want to be a high caliber person, and how that is eventually going to pay off. So we talked about a lot of times, as you're a way shower, light worker, yada yada yada, starseed, etc., 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 that you kind of are automatically a high caliber of person. So being that high caliber of person paired with being a spiritual person gives us a distinct advantage. And the biggest advantage we have is that zooming out from ourselves, to realize that the light ripples and the kindness and all of the work we are doing is absolutely worth it. Remember, a lot of those things are Anna things. Let's call them Anna things. And I've spoke about this multiple times. Anna was the grandmother of Jesus, and she did a lot of foundational work that was never recognized, but that our world needed so badly. And a lot of us are doing that kind of work. Some work might be recognized, but a lot of work might not be recognized. And that is okay, because we have to do the Anna work. Sometimes the work needs to be done that that you don't get the recognition for, that you're not immediately feeling that boomerang of that light coming in. But we have to keep in mind that this is what we are here for as light warriors, okay? We are not here for the glory, okay? We are here for the guts. You know, no guts, no glory. We can't be focused on that glory. We are here to help filter in and to bring in that light and to spread that light in every single way possible. That is how we are warriors of the light. And if you're watching this video right now, you are a warrior of the light, and you are probably a high caliber person, and you probably have at times felt the way that I was just speaking about. The other advantage we have is that, so we are humans and we exist in a world of the 3D world of duality. Another channeler just spoke about this and it really resonated with me, is that when we are functioning in this world as awakened spiritual people, we need to be functioning from the 5D. 4D is the transition, and 5D is where we need to be functioning from. Because if we continue to function in the 3D, we are going to eventually let go of that high caliber of person because of the shitstorm that this world is sometimes. So we have the advantage of that zooming out and of that bringing ourselves up to the 5D and functioning from that place. And that 5D place is a place without ego, a place that we don't need that recognition, a place of faith that we don't have to be having the recognition. We don't have to be feeling the immediate boomerangs. You know, it is a place of unconditional love, and to just doing this work because knowing that that is what we are here to do. And if we weren't here to be doing this work, this idea of this work would have never came into your realm of existence. But if it did, and if you're here, then let's go. You know, we need to be keeping ourselves to that high caliber of person, functioning from the 5D, because we need to be the leaders. And leaders have to break down that wall first. That is what being a leader is. A leader is carving that new path. A leader is not someone who lets someone else carve the path for them and then they go down that very easily. That is what a follower is. We are here to be leaders, and being a high caliber human being is just part of it, because that is just how we are able to remove ourselves from this 3D, and we're able to function from this higher level of a 5D level. And so being that high caliber of person allows you to function from that level because you are able to see past a few certain human constructs. And when you are a high caliber person, you are more service to others than you are service to self. Because if you think about some of the things that you would want to do that would disqualify you as a high caliber person, those things are typically service to self. I would challenge you to find one thing that would knock down your high caliberness that is not a service to self thing. And again, it is that balance of loving yourself, being kind to yourself, drawing boundaries, and also being service to others and being a high caliber person. Because let me end the video with saying this: being a high caliber person does not mean that you sacrifice yourself. It does not mean that you don't have boundaries and you let people walk all over you, because you are not doing those people any service by letting them treat you that way. You are doing them more of a service by drawing a boundary and by saying, hey, you don't treat me like that. And remember, we are all one, including you. So treat yourself well, but within that balance of being a high caliber person. So that is our message for today. I really wanted to speak on this because I just think that if it is coming up so much for me right now, it has to be coming up for other people as well. And I just want to end it in, let's hang in there. There's a reason why we are called warriors of the light. It's because we are here doing warrior things, you know? No warrior had ever come back from war and been like, well, that was easy. That was more simple than I thought it was gonna be. Think about it. So we are in a different kind of warfare. However, we are still warriors, and we are at war right now. Luckily, it's not a physical war and we're not hurting people, because that would interrupt with our high caliber of person that we are. It's spiritual warfare. And let's go. Let's be renewed. Let's take comfort in the fact that we're all in this together, and, that shit's hard sometimes. And it just is. We don't have that aerial view of what's going on. That's not our concern. Our concern is just to upstand the high caliber of person that we know that we are, okay? And if you slip up, forgive yourself. It's okay. Get back on that horse, because the high standard of person that you know in your heart that you are meant to be is the person that you are meant to be. So keep going, keep trying, and keep moving forward. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Anne, and I'll see you tomorrow.